We'll bring in Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, also the author of this book here on your screen, The Mind of a Conservative Woman. Thank you so much, Senator, for coming on. We got this news, and good news if it's true, if this comes to plan. Reuters and the Associated Press reporting that 100 to 150 Westerners, that number keeps fluctuating, but they do say it includes Americans. That is according to Qatar officials. Bottom line, some Americans are making it back. We don't know if there is a deal made. We don't know how this actually got to be where it is. But bottom line, with that information that some Americans are being brought at least on a pathway to home, your reaction to that?
We want to make certain that every American comes out of there, that our NATO partners, our Afghan allies, the SIV holders, the SIV applicants get out of there, that their lives are spared. Now, I know for Joe Biden and his administration, 90% is good enough. Leaving 10% behind is good enough for him. That is something I think should trouble every single American. It should also trouble them that 20 years to the day of 9/11 and these remembrances, the Taliban will be installing their government. And what has happened in those 20 years is, God bless the men and women in uniform that gave us 20 years of freedom from these terrorist attacks and the service that they gave, the sacrifices that they have made. But the war on terror started, and that war continues because now the Taliban, the people that were carrying out this ideology of terrorism, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, the Taliban, they now have a country, a nation state, where they can go, they can harbor, they can have safe haven, they can cook up their terrorist plots, and they can do it saying this is the Islamic Emirate and we're in charge.
Let me play this from Antony Blinken, Secretary of State, making comments about Americans and in getting them back from Afghanistan. Here's that.
As of now, the Taliban are not permitting the charter flights to depart. They claim that some of the passengers do not have the required documentation. While there are limits to what we can do without personnel on the ground, without an airport, with normal security and procedures in place, we are working to do everything in our power to support those flights and to get them off the ground.
I just want to kind of pick apart that statement. Clearly, the news has changed. They are being allowed, or at least some Americans are being allowed out. This, according to Qatar officials telling Associated Press, Reuters reporting it as well, that some will be able to leave, and that may happen at this time. But he comes out with this statement that there's limits to what we can do. Does that sound like strength from the strongest nation in this world?
No, it does not. And Sean, as you know, I've said, I think the president, the vice president, Secretary Austin, Secretary Blinken, General Milley should all resign for how they have carried this out and how they have chosen. They've made the decision. I think that their actions have been intentional. Or why would they have decided to pull our military out? Why would they have changed the exit and withdrawal plan? But here's the thing. They cannot tell you how many Americans are left. They're guessing. They can't tell you how many of the SIV holders are left. They're guessing on that. And they should have taken care of these details before they decided. Right now, what they're doing is basically running a PR campaign, trying to cover their tracks. Because Americans are left, our NATO allies are furious with this administration and how they've conducted this. Our enemies do not fear us. Look at China and the aggressiveness that they are showing as they're flying jets over Taiwan, as they are pushing forward through Afghanistan, trying to get those rare earth minerals, trying to have that land route all the way from Beijing to Tehran. So our enemies are emboldened. The Taliban does not fear us. They now are in charge of a country. They are going to run their operations from that country, the world is less safe because of Joe Biden and the decisions that he has made. I talk to Tennesseans every day, and they say, you know what? I miss President Donald Trump.
And we are going to hear from the president today, though he's going to roll out a COVID plan. And no mention so far about Afghanistan and this mission and allowing Americans to get out. Where is the president on this when American lives are still stuck overseas amongst 20-year war? Senator Marsha Blackburn joining us live. Senator, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.